How you doing, everybody? Jonathan here, and in this video I'm going to go over a topic that I think will be very helpful for a lot of trainers, and that is how to properly name your boot camp or your fitness business. Because I know a lot of trainers lament over coming up with the perfect name because they're looking 10 years down the line and they're like, this is going to be my name forever. I'm going to put it on shirts, I'm going to put it on mugs, and then it really stops them from even getting started. So I've invited two of my friends, Jono from Fitness Education Online and Dani Chevalier from AxFit, to help me weigh in on how you're going to come up with the best name for your fitness business or for your boot camp, and I think that'll help you a lot. So I'm going to take you over to that interview. But before I do, if you have not yet, make sure to click on that link up there and subscribe to my newsletter, as I send out short articles every Monday on how to be more successful in the fitness industry. If you just happen to stumble upon the channel, click on the YouTube icon below and subscribe to this channel, as I make videos here on this platform to help you become more successful. And as always, if you've already subscribed to both my newsletter and to the YouTube channel, thank you very much for your support. And if you find the information in this video helpful, please click on the like button below the video player, because every like that I get helps this channel. So I'm going to take you over to that interview. Comment below if you have any questions, and I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the Bootcamp Blueprint, the place where personal trainers go to grow their bootcamp. I'm super excited because I have the two best bootcamp instructors in the world with me today. Let's do a bit of an intro. Who have we got?
How you doing, everybody? My name is Jonathan Hurdless, and I'm a big fan of business, and I'm a big fan of running boot camps, and I do that all the time. That's what I do with all my time. So if you want to find me on social media, you can just search Jonathan FitPro, and as always, I'm happy to be here and help you guys.
Awesome. And who else have we got?
Hi guys, it's Danielle Chevalier from Canada, and I run AxFit. You can find me on social media, YouTube, under AxFit. And same thing. I eat, breathe, sleep, boot camp, love talking it, doing it. So yeah, let's get going.
Awesome. And my name's Jono, and I'm your host from Fitness Education Online. So super excited because this week we're going to be talking about naming your boot camp. Now, that's a very common question. What should I call my boot camp? What's too long? What's too short? What's attractive? What's going to attract my target market? And it can bog a lot of people down. So what we're going to do in this episode is we're going to break down what to consider. And my two experts have both got a lot of experience on this. They've probably changed their name half a dozen times each, and they've helped many trainers who have asked them the same question. So let's get into it. Who wants to start?
All right, I'll start. But let's start off with naming your business, because that's a question that I get a lot. And I don't understand why it's such a big deal when it comes to naming your business, because at the end of the day, it's the service that's going to keep clients or drive them away. Now, I will say in the very beginning, I had to, and this is going to be the trend for all of my answers, you have to follow the market, where I have a very type A personality. And at the time, there was this movie called 300 about the Spartans with Gerard Butler in it. And I love that movie. And so since I'm so type A, when I started my first boot camp, I figured I would call it 300 Boot Camp, because we wanted to get ripped like the Spartans. We wanted to do hard workouts, or I was going to kill everybody. It was going to be great. So I had a black shirt with 300 on it and blood spatter all over my shirt. And it said 300 Boot Camp. And then I'm walking around the park where I want to run my boot camp, and I'm approaching people with this blood spattered shirt. And I'm like, how come nobody wants to take my boot camp? Like, I don't understand. I'm a nice guy. So you do have to figure out who you're looking to market to, in a sense, but more so, I would say that you want to name your boot camp in a manner that it's easy to remember, because I see a lot of trainers name their business or their boot camp something so complicated. It's like, for instance, one person in particular, and I'm not picking on him because this goes back a couple years, he might see this, but his boot camp was called Life, Strength, and Health Fitness. And if you wanted to join his boot camp, you have to go to lifestrengthandhealthfitness.com. And that's a little bit too complicated for some people. They might put it in the wrong order. So like Dani's name, something like AxFit, you can't really get that wrong. You know what I mean? Or BFF Bootcamp. Who can't remember something that simple? So you don't have to be super creative. It just has to be easy to remember, and it can change, because I went from 300 Bootcamp to Brookdale Bootcamp to Brookdale Fun and Fitness to now BFF Bootcamp. So things evolve, but the service had stayed the same. So as long as you're giving good service and your name is easy to remember, it's not going to scare people away, I think you can start off with just about anything and then learn as you go.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. Do you want to go one by one? So we'll go name and then move on.
Sure.
Danielle, what do you got? Name wise.
Yeah, pretty much, following the same lines. Although I do think that name is like, it's not to let it get complicated, but it is really, really important. I think like it's very important. People write me all the time. They're like, I love your name. How do I find a name like that? A lot of times it's girls. They're like, I want more guys in my class, but their name's like Jenny's Bootcamp or, Shirley's Hardcore Bootcamp or whatever. And like for a guy, like, he might not want to go to Jenny's Bootcamp or, Bikini Body Bootcamp. I've heard a lot of those ones. And I find that, depending on your demographic that you're striving for, you have to kind of name it to that. I knew I wanted to do hardcore, kick-ass fitness classes. It's not for weight loss. There's enough of that in my city. I just wanted like to kick ass. So I was working out in the gym the one day while I was like before starting my business, and I was just thinking, and I heard these guys saying like, oh yeah, like I took this like pre-whatever, it gave me all this adrenaline. And I was just like, what? That's the best name. So sometimes it just pops out of nowhere. And sometimes I like things that are just kind of like one word. I find that kind of cool. But, and then same, like Jonathan said, mine was Adrenaline Extreme Fitness. So I'm not going to like adrenalineextremefitness.com. It's too long. Doesn't look good on a hat or a shirt and a logo on a sticker. So then I just short formed it to AxFit. Luckily, this was 13 years ago before the world took over online. It's crazy. Now and Instagram, so I kind of blocked that in there. So that's one thing too. A lot of the time picking your name can come down to, is the Instagram handle available, is the Facebook, is the website. So you definitely get on the computer. You can go on these like programs, like these like websites that help you see what's available, .com.ca or UK or Australia whatever you guys use. So wherever you are in the world, get on the computer, get on Instagram. And you kind of got to work it that way. Look at your demographic, and is it going to look good on a logo, on a shirt, on a hat? Because you might not need that stuff right away, but you got to think future. And if you want to say more, you can always have a little like slogan or a little tagline. Mine was for a while. What was it? I can't even remember because I stopped using it, but things do evolve. I like how Jonathan says that we changed colors. And it's funny, my first thing was a guy and a girl with sweat, but it looked like blood. And it was like, so like, yeah, I want to do hardcore, but it also to some extent can scare people away. So you're going to change and grow. So don't worry too much, but it is important.
Yeah.
Boom,
Quick question. Can I ask you, Dani? So what was the point? Because I remember I was Brookdale Fun and Fit. Okay, let me tell the story. So I was Brookdale Bootcamp. Some people were scared of the word boot camp, and Brookdale came out of the park that I was operating out of. So it was Brookdale Boot Camp, which then softened to Brookdale Fun and Fitness. And I was going to keep that forever. And I just tried to, I wanted to officially, like legally own the name so that nobody else could use it. And Brookdale was taken. Now the Brookdale Fun and Fitness was done on purpose because I did want to have the initials BFF, but and then eventually I just licensed BFF. So nobody else can use BFF unless they buy it from me. But at what point did you change from Adrenaline Extreme Fitness to just Axe? Was there a catalyst to shortening it?
No, like as soon as I started the business, I had like a really kind of like a one-pager website, and it just said that was the adrenalineextremefitness.com. I think it was like maybe a month or two, and it was very like years and years and years and years ago. I started 2003, 2004. So back then, yeah, I didn't last long because the first time I told someone my website, they were like, huh, like what is it?
Yeah.
Reading it. And the first time I saw them writing it all out, I was like, forget it. That's too long. So then I just kind of like scrambled the words together and made AxFit, and it's kind of become like a pretty, I'm pretty proud of what it's become, AxFit. Now there's CrossFit. So, but I feel like my AxFit was around before then. I don't know.
Wait, you were there first.
Huh?
You were there first.
I think so. When did CrossFit start?
I mean, it's been a while, but if you've been around for 13 years, you're probably first with that.
Oh.
You got to call Greg Glassman and you got to tell him to stop stealing your stuff.
No, but like people would say, oh, so it's like CrossFit. I'm like, no, I think I was here first. And it's just like a boot camp. It's adrenaline extreme fitness. So anyways, that's fine. Yeah, I knew right away. And I think people that name their business will know right away after you use it a little bit. And then you'll change it like maybe 3 more times. You'll change your logo a bunch of times, the colors, the website. It's what makes it fun.
That's my takeaway from that too. So I think if you're listening to this, like both of these two have really cool names now. They stand out, but they did go through a few changes as well. And my tip would be, don't let it bog you down. Like if you want to start a boot camp, hey, start it, call it something to start with. As you go along, your audience will get more defined, you'll get more ideas, and you can change it as you go. So if you're listening to this and you're looking to start a boot camp, don't be like, oh, I've got everything in place, but I just don't have a name, so I'm not going to do it. Just start it, call it something to start with, and go from there. All right, so that's all we've got time for this week, guys. If we could just share with the audience, what are you two working on? What are you guys working on this week that can give some of our audience some inspiration and some ideas?
Let's see. Well, I'm in the 3rd week of my fat loss contest. Of course, with any kind of contest, you have your A students that are killing it, and I'm going to let them keep doing what they're doing. But now my focus is my D and F students that aren't killing it. And my main goal is for everybody to do well. So it's just constantly staying on my clients, because the better results you can get them, the longer they're going to stay with you, the more they're going to refer their friends. So it's just about keeping that going and keeping the good vibes going.
Awesome. Danielle.
Yeah, actually this week is my vacation week, and we are flying to the other side of Canada to do some surfing, some research and developing for our urban surf business, kind of scope out stuff that's going on over there and how they decorate their shop. So we're going to do that. And then I'm like kind of been posting and prepping for my stroller fit session that's going to start in January. And it seems far away, but you have to kind of pre-plan. So, start planting seeds on the mama pages, letting them know I'm going to have like a 6 or 12 week session starting up for that. And, but other than that, I am going surfing, boys. So I will see you back here next week. And it's been fun talking to you guys.
What was that? You told me there were 3 S's before, Danielle. You said you were going on holidays. It was surfing, skiing, and the third one? What was the...
Well, I have 2 kids. No, I have 3 kids, twins, a 14-year-old, and 2 pretty busy companies. So I said that I was going to go surf, skate, and have sex. So I'll be working out a lot, burning a lot of calories.
You'll be coming whistling to next week's podcast, right?
Oh, boy.
Happy and... All right. Thanks very much for your time, guys. We'll chat next week.
Okay, thanks.
Absolutely. Have a good one, everybody.
All right, so I hope you found that video helpful. As I said, you don't have to lament over the perfect name. You really just have to get started, because more than likely you're going to change your name eventually anyway, and usually for the shorter. So if you're stuck on what kind of name you should give your bootcamp, just remember, focus on your demographic and focus on how easy it is to remember, and I think you'll be just fine. But that's about it for today. I hope you found this video helpful. As I said before, if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comments section below. And your comments and questions are what fuel this channel, so I'll do my best to answer them, and maybe it'll inspire my next video. And as always, if you're looking to see more success in the fitness industry in terms of learning to plan your business better, learning to run more efficient workouts, more efficient boot camps, more efficient personal training businesses, I definitely recommend that you check out my Dumbbells to Dollars course, because it's the best resource for any trainer looking to see more success. And you can also renew your ACE, your NASM, ISSA, NSCA, AFA, ACSM, NASM. You can renew all your certifications with just that course. So if you want to check out the course, go to www.dumbbells2dollars.com. But that's about it. I will see you in a couple days, as long as you remember to eat healthy, hydrate, drive safe. Stress levels, don't get rest. Don't slap anybody. You love your clients, they love you back. I'll see y'all tomorrow or the next day, and you have a good one.